In Brooklyn, they are protesting against homeless shelters in Brooklyn, New York. Not only are they protesting against migrant shelters, now they are protesting against homeless shelters. Let's tune into the video, man, and see what's going on in the streets of Brooklyn, New York.
The city's plan to build a new shelter in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn is being met with defiance. It's sparked frustration with people who live in the neighborhood, claiming it will do more harm than good. Fox 5's Jessica Formoso was in Brooklyn as a group protested the plans.
They chanted and mobilized. Hundreds of people taking over the intersection of 25th Avenue and 86th Street in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, Saturday afternoon to stop a homeless shelter from opening.
Where you can do the right thing for them. Affordable housing, great. Use the money. But don't tell us taxpayers without money what to do with it in our community.
Residents, business owners, and politicians all coming together demanding the city put the shelter elsewhere.
It's just going to cause more problems than we already have. It's going to increase crime. It's going to have people are going to be fighting against them. It's going to be a war here.
The city says the homeless shelter is set to open later this year at 2501 86th Street and neighboring buildings. According to the city's Department of Homeless and Social Services, the site will house 150 homeless men, including those experiencing mental health challenges. Something Michael Hung, a father, is worried because he says there are too many schools in the area.
We're concerned that the homeless will affect the safety of kids that does walk around the street, and it's a danger. They create a dangerous situation.
Now they should have had somebody else speak. I'll be honest with you. They should have had somebody else speak. There's somebody that just got a little bit more English. I understand they trying to show the culturalness of New York, but they could have sent somebody that had just a stronger English accent so the people could understand. I'm just joking with y'all, but this is crazy. This is actually crazy. They don't want the homeless people to be sheltered in New York. That doesn't make sense to me. They'd rather the people that are homeless to be out on the streets instead of them being sheltered. And then they complain that the migrants are getting sheltered, but the homeless people are not getting sheltered. And this is completely backwards to me. It doesn't make sense of why they would be protesting against getting help for the homeless. They need jobs, yes. They need shelter, yes. They need food, yes. They need a situation that'll get them to bounce back, yes. And I believe that a homeless shelter could possibly help. Now, maybe if the location is not where they want it to be, then I understand that. Move the location. But as for a homeless shelter being built to help the homeless, they do need that. And I understand why that they are building this, but I don't understand why they're protesting. I do understand why they are protesting, because they want their neighborhoods to be safe. They don't want it to be, if the shelter is by schools, they don't want the kids to get affected by the shelters. All that stuff makes sense, yes. So move the shelter, but they still need shelter.
Assemblyman William Colton represents this district.
This is the wrong place, and it's the wrong policy. Homeless shelters don't help homeless people, and we are not going to be silent about it.
Vowing to keep on fighting, but according to the city, this community has 0 shelters. This would be the first, noting every community must do their part to support those in need. A spokesperson for the Department of Social Services tells Fox 5 in part, quote, as part of our equitable shelter siting approach, we are ensuring that every community has the safety net resources to help their vulnerable neighbors, as this community district has no shelters, so we look forward to bringing this vital resource to the community. And according to the Department of Social Services, they notified the community about building this shelter back in November of 2023. We are told this will be a high-quality shelter with a number of resources on site, including mental health services for the men. Again, this shelter is set to open later this year. In Brooklyn, I'm Jessica Formoso, Fox 5 News.
A
That's
long-standing
beautiful.
battle over the city's right to shelter migrants came to an end Friday
I'm
following
sorry.
a New York State Supreme Court ruling.
That's beautiful. I like what's going on there. I like what's going on. Um, although I disagree that homeless people do need shelter, I agree with they do need shelter. I do agree that they do need to put the shelter in a better place. If it's in front of a child's school, that's the wrong place for a homeless shelter. It makes sense. If it's in front of a child's daycare or even a high school, it's the wrong place. It sends the wrong message to the people. It sends the wrong message to the kids. And yeah, I wouldn't want my kids to be going to a high school that has a homeless shelter right in front of me. To be honest with you, I'd feel the same way. But thank you for tuning in. Let me know how you guys feel about that down in the comments below.